college football with Colin Moore. And we got the one and only, the Scoop with Phillip Duke. Y'all know my boy famous, man. Hey, he done been everywhere you could dream of a player, a media person going. He done been there. So that's what type of guy we got tonight. And y'all know tonight we finna throw down, man. We finna cover topics like, oh, is the spring ball over? Is that thing over with? NFL Combine this Thursday through Sunday. And that NFL draft right around the corner. So, hey, dude, let's jump that thing off, man. And sorry that it went down like that, but let's ride out, man.
You ain't did nothing, but we good.
Hey, Randy, I know you seen Florida State say it's no spring game because they got construction going on with the stadium, which they do, but come on now. Nebraska just tapped out. Nebraska like, hey, man, I ain't finna do this. We're not finna play this spring game for all these reasons. And then Texas tapped out and USC tapped out, man. Do you think spring games are over for the powerhouse programs? Now, see, they don't think it's a problem when they snatch the little group of 5 guys and they snatch them on up. But now, only look like only the group of 5 schools playing, and the big schools starting to tap out left and right. So, man, what's your take on that, man?
You know that boy, there's a great philosopher from Memphis, Tennessee that goes by the name of Finesse 2 times.
Yeah.
And he said, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what he on, man. And that's what the big programs are. You got to think about the programs like Texas, full of transfers.
Yeah.
USC, full of transfers. Florida State, whole team transfers. When they went that year, that whole team won none but the transfer portal.
Right.
And now they're like, oh, well, we don't want to get poached. But these are all teams that feel like they need to keep what they have and get more. So, yeah, they said, okay, well, we're not going to show y'all what we got because they got guys like literally, I think they may have 25, 26 players in the last 2 years go to the combine. And they got guys who are going to be at the pro day that's going to get drafted.
Yeah.
Man, they literally were stashing guys. I mean, it's a cornerback from Wake Forest. Dang, what's that kid's name? I forgot his name. I'm going to bring it up in a minute. Gavin Holmes. Yeah. Gavin Holmes. He was the 3rd or 4th cornerback. The man ran a 4.3, almost 4.2 40, and played a ton of football at Wake Forest and got to Texas. And if he would have played, so now they're like, how many Gavin Holmes do they lose? Because that allows you to go deeper in the playoffs when you got your 4th-string cornerback is a pro.
Right.
So they trying to protect all of these guys who, like, oh, well, somebody might come see this 3rd-string guy. Somebody might come see this 4th-string guy, and we don't want to put up with that. Man, tampering, it's like jaywalking, bro. Like, I mean, ain't nobody policing it unless you literally go in and just go to somebody's school and say, hey, we want you to come here. Everybody doing it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like an unsaid thing that is like, how you gonna police somebody mama talking to another coach? Man, I think they just got to man up and just realize what a game going, man. Don't rob the fans.
Right. And we need that. We want to see the game. And check this out. Not only do we want to see the game,
right?
The media got to cover. So what they telling the media? Hey, don't talk about these guys. And then if the players don't get talked about, they gonna be mad. Like, hold up. So Coach ain't gonna mention them 2 cornerbacks. Now I've been balling out. He ain't gonna mention me. Or you play running back. So somebody still got eyeballs on y'all practice saying, hey, this dude look good. That dude look good. And it's crazy that I never seen nobody tap out like this. Now, I done seen people tap out for you don't have enough players. I get that, like something that happened, somebody caught the flu. It ain't enough players, so you tap out. But the fact that they tapping out just because, like, I'm scared somebody gonna see my player. At the end of the day, if a joker want to leave, he's going to leave. Like, it ain't no holding me back. If I'm out there and I see how practice going, ones, and I'm over there with, you ain't called me yet. 2s, and you ain't called me yet. Now I'm like, now hold on now. I thought this shit was gonna be different. I could have stayed if you'd have gave me 2s at the starting cornerback, wide outside the boundary of the field. But you got to give me nickel or dime. You ain't even calling me for nickel or dime. Yeah, I'm finna
I'm
look
trying to go.
elsewhere anyways, regardless if that game is played or not. So I don't get why they tapping out, but it make it easy for everybody else. If you got 4 powerhouse programs, at least programs with just they got history, rich history. Them 4 tap out. What's stopping the Gators from tapping out? Miami, Texas A&M, Georgia, Alabama. What's stopping them from tapping out? They got a lot to lose too. So it seemed like that's where we headed, unless somebody changed this thing up, man.
I mean, you got to think about it. Like Georgia, a couple of years ago, when they had 90,000 some people in the spring game, Ludacris came to perform. Like, there are going to be teams that take advantage of it. Like, oh, okay, well, they scared. Now, we ain't scared. You can come off. You can see whatever you want to. If somebody want to leave, this way it's going on there.
Right.
It's like being a confident man. Like, so you're going to tell me I can't go to the spot with my old lady because I'm scared that the ball is in there? Well, if she was going to go where the ball is at, then guess what? She wasn't my old lady in the first place. She don't need to be in my program, right?
Right.
And that's what the difference is. Like, when you take that mentality in, I think that's a losing mentality to feel like, well, we got to keep our players. Bro, you keep your players.
Yeah.
Like, tell them why Nebraska's the place. Like, how do you go and recruit the number 1 quarterback in the class and then come back and say, well, we scared of people taking our players? Come on, dog. I just didn't you know, and I ain't even no person who be saying alpha, beta, and all that, but that did kind of seem a little weak. Like, come on, bro. Like, I tell you what. But what's gonna happen is some of these teams that got these revenue deals in the spring, when they start having to do that rev sharing and that thing get a little short, they're gonna say, well, that was some money that we gave back because we're not playing this game, especially the ones who people are going to look at their games like, you know, Georgia going to get some TV time. You know, Bama going to get some TV time, right? Texas, people going to be interested in Texas. And you know, you got to you kind of got the pulse down there in Texas. What are the fans saying down there from what you see on the internet?
Bro, they ain't like it. They did not like it. Everybody talking about, what are the small businesses going to do? I can't go to a game because it's so high. Me and my family, we love going to the free one. It's free. Let us in. So, man, them people that like that. Because my thing too is, you could say it's hurting the program money, but at the same time, they get paid millions, and you got a billion dollar budget. Come on, man, you can't squeeze in this. As a matter of fact, don't act like it's a problem. Y'all been playing the spring game for hundreds of years. Now it's a problem. So yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it. It don't make sense to me. Like, go out there and ball, man, because normally the guys who want to shine, this their opportunity to shine. So, coach, you can see me versus, coach, I'm trying to leave. I ain't really trying to leave. I want to be here. So,
if you was trying to go, if you was really trying to go, you'd have win in December.
I got out of there ASAP. I don't want to wait. I want to go ahead, be at my university practicing, not still at the school with y'all. I'm trying to dip if I'm a dip. So I think this just a waste, man. I think unless they gonna make it up and let us see, like, all them universities allow us to see a scrimmage, like, but I guess they won't because that's like the spring game. So I don't know.
So I heard what they said, like, schools are starting to favor like an NFL OTA type deal where the practices would be like before the season, like 15 practices, July to August, and I guess it culminates with maybe you do inter squad, but I don't even like see, at least the NFL, you get a little inter squad practice every now and then. You know, you'll put on you do something for the fans to kind of whet their appetite before you, and then you go into preseason.
Yeah.
Well, college football ain't got none of that. You know, ain't no preseason games where you may not, you know, where if like I'm a Falcons fan. Okay, cool. I can go to the facility early on. Then we could go to the team workout that they have or the team-based scrimmage that they have in the dome. They do one every year.
Right.
So I think it's robbing the fans, and hopefully like you know, smarter thinking prevails where it's like, all right, listen, injury concern, miss me with that, because if it was such an injury concern, then why we got a 12? Why, you know, why are y'all talking about going to 12 or 16 teams to play all these games? They played games in the February damn near this year.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Load it up.
Yeah.
I'm like you, man. If they gave that, if teams played each other, say this in school states play each other. If they on your schedule, you ain't got to play them. Or if you want to tell a HBCU to come up and play, just where your guys get some reps versus somebody else. So I would love to see that. Like you said, I hope somebody come and figure this thing out and they go ahead and say, hey, all right, we'll give y'all a spring game, but we're going to put it on ESPN and we're going to have a big boy game. Somebody that don't play each other, you go ones versus ones, maybe 2 series. And then maybe 2s versus 2s, 3 series. And that the guys at the 3s, it may be 4, and then we end the game. Just get a little something going on, or have red zone battles. Just something where other teams could get in if you don't want to show the scrimmage. At least you can put your stars out there versus some other stars and see how that thing go. But man, I'm loving it. Man, how you feel right now that this week is combine?
Yeah.
This week is the combine. I know a lot of people going. I know you gonna let us know which way you going about that thing, but a lot of people going. I'm ready to see what Cam Ward do if he does anything there. Travis Hunter, if he does anything. Shador only doing interviews. I want to see what the high profile first round, you know how they mock draft it, what them first round guys looking for. And I want to see who's going to run that 40. Who going to get out there and light that thing up? I done heard different guy names, but one of the guys from Polk County, his name, you probably done met him before, Adrian Smith or
Arian
Smith. Yeah. He's from Bradley.
Yeah.
Bradley, like that's right around the corner from me. His granddaddy is my wife's uncle. So
okay,
he right there. I think he ran in the Olympics. So with him running in the Olympics, at least I think he did. I believe he gonna run the fastest time. Unless somebody else running track like that, because that means he should get up out of there.
So you know that 40 a different beast, right? Because once you get rolling, it's about that start and that explosion. Yeah. Now, once you get rolling, it ain't nobody in the country. I think he was the fastest player in the country. Like he was on that same level as Xavier Worthy. Real cool kid, man. I just met him. At Senior Bowl. Spent some time with him. His agent, a buddy of mine. He signed a Young Money.
Okay.
He matter of fact, he in there with Travis and them.
So they finna ball. That almost mean they for show picks kind of. That to me be like for show picks right there.
Yeah. No. Arian, I think Arian got a chance to break it though. To be honest, because they said I'm hearing like he's a 4.2. So if you're in the 4.2 range, we talking about a step in the right direction. Somebody blow in the right direction. You know, you might get that extra tenth or two that you need in order to be here. So yeah, I think and that's just that Florida speed. You know what I mean? Like I remember they used to tell stories about guys when I was going to Auburn. They used to tell stories about guys who would chase rabbits barefoot. They just run. Period. They just run the run.
That's them boys in Pahokee. Them boys in Pahokee and Belle Glade. They was out there chasing them rabbits.
Man,
and boys was out there catching them. I'm talking about catching. Yeah. Like if you got it like that.
Equan Bolden from down there.
Yep, Pahokee.
Yeah.
Listen,
now
when I seen Antoine Bolden, I you know how you see people size, you like, I don't think he that big. So one day, somehow I was at the game, and I turned around. I said, man, who is this talking behind me? Turned around, it was him. I said, dog. But it looked like a guard, somebody that's 6'2", 200 pounds or 190. I said, dog, that's a grown man. I said, I wanted to be D1 so bad, but which I ended up being D1, but not that type of D1. Some people just blessed. That boy just balling.
Yeah. He different, man. And it's a kid from Pahokee, originally. Daddy from Pahokee, man. Shady Hayward, Lagonza Hayward. His pops from Pahokee. He ended up going. He just came out this year. He at Florida. He was committed to Tennessee the whole cycle. Okay. But when he ended up going to Toombs County in Georgia. But his folks from down there.
Oh, I know who you talking about. Toombs, man, listen. My classmate is the head coach there, Buddy Martin.
Oh, yeah. That kid.
Yep.
His people from Pahokee.
Yeah, they just won state. And then the quarterback, he committed to Georgia State.
Yep.
See, you got a lot of talent there. You got a lot of talent in Georgia. We got a lot of talent in Florida. It's talent everywhere, but your state and my state, we be loaded.
That's up. Like, man, we had to catch up. Like, we really got the wave. Like, I ain't got no problem saying that we caught the wave from Florida early on. Like,
yeah,
that Georgia-Florida game used to be kind of like Georgia was like, compete a little bit, but you kind of knew what was gonna go on.
Yeah.
And then as like Atlanta grew, the metro area grew, we took it from the metro area kind of took over with the Bufords and the Miltons, where it used to be you were scared to come out of 285 because you had Coker County and
Yeah.
Lowndes and all them big South Georgia schools. But
Right.
now they done moved all the talent to the city and kids from the country coming up to play in the city. So I think, but right now with Atlanta blowing up the way it did, it helped the state as a whole. So
Yeah.
so when you got the bottom, like when you got like a Miami and you got like a Lauderdale in that area, Atlanta can compete now. Before you
Right.
couldn't. And so
Yeah.
now the smaller, like the Savannahs, where you gonna always have one of them big Geechee boys, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they put down that's their version of the water.
Yeah.
And then it competes. So man, it's beautiful to see how Georgia and Florida football is developing. And I think right now, Georgia and Florida are tied in the top 100 for the most members of the top 100 in the rankings right now.
They are. I seen that. And
Yep.
listen, y'all stadiums, your high school stadium. Now, I heard Texas got some big boy high school stadiums, and I done seen like videos of it. I ain't never seen one in person, but man, when I tell you, my business partner Mike Figgs, man, he took me to Lowndes County, down in South Georgia and Valdosta. When I pulled up, it was like a college game. They got the stadium, the Megatron up there, if I'm saying it right. But, yeah. Listen, that thing was so nice. I kept calling my wife like, "Hey, this college.
Yeah.
This is college. Like, I would love to play here." And they happened to play either Buford or Grayson, two different schools, right?
Right.
They played one of them. I don't know which one they played, but they played me. I loved it. I said, God, whichever one looked like the Rams. I think they was like the Rams out there.
That's Grayson.
Okay, yeah, that's the one we played, man. So,
man,
who you excited to see in this combine?
Man, I want to see Abdul Carter. They say he's not gonna do nothing now. So they say he ain't gonna do it, man. So I think now I gotta go with Will Johnson. I want to see how fast he gonna run. I want to see. Now they're saying that he's the best overall corner and that Travis is the better player. But I want to see what Will Johnson does, because now with Travis Hunter going to say, if Trav work out, then we got literally, man, we got it might be some smoke in the city, because Will Johnson like that. You know what I mean? Now at DB, but he has some injury concerns. But I just think that I want to see what his top speed is. I know some people feel like he's a 4.3. And that he can get into the top 5 if he runs as well as we think he's gonna run. T-Mac, Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just call him T-Mac, man. That first name always tear me up, boy. Yeah. But Mac Miller, T McMillan. Really want to see how he's gonna perform, man. And at that size, and wide receiver with so many wide receiver starved teams, I think it's gonna be important to see how he runs. So those are two guys that Will Johnson and Teteroya. T-Mac.
I'll go with T-Mac.
Yeah, T-Mac, man.
Do you think that Will Johnson gonna be healed? Because then what part of the year he got injured?
Man, what's it like, man? What? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be with all due respect, because I really like this kid. But what part of season 1 he injured? Like, man, he was seeming like he was hurt a little bit all the last season, like in and out. And they say, by everybody playing hurt. You know what I'm saying? By the time you get the second, third game at that level of football, everybody playing hurt.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think he was able to make his rounds where he will be able to perform at the combine, from what I'm hearing. So that's a guy that a lot of people are looking forward to see if that top end speed is real.
I hope he is, man. And if he's gonna perform, that means he done ran that 40 in January and done ran that 40 this month. So he know his 40 gonna be legit. So if he runs, he already know it's legit. He was legit. I want to see where the other quarterbacks, because it's a quarterback that I told everybody. I said, yo, this quarterback from Memphis is nice. And his name, I think, Seth McGraw, but I know his first name Seth. He came out of Texas high school football. He was a 4-year starter at the high school level in Texas. He came to Memphis and was a 4-year starter. That's 8 years worth of starting. I believe he will be a good NFL quarterback. I don't know when, he'll get that real opportunity. But I really believe that man gonna be a real good NFL quarterback because you start that long, you him. You balled in high school in Texas or Georgia or Florida or Cali, you him. And then you take that on and you go to Memphis. And the past 2 years, they have performed top notch. Like, and I told him he was top 10. And you know what else I want to see? Kyle McCord. I wonder if Kyle McCord gonna get out there and throw that thing because you know he left Ohio State and he went to Syracuse and balled out. I'm talking about got also. I want to see how they do as well.
Yeah, I mean, and with Shador and Cam not throwing, that's who it opens the door for. Guys like that who gonna need that look, right? Because like Shador and Cam don't really need the look. They can wait till pro day because their body of work says they've done it enough. I mean, what do if people talking, they talking crazy about Shador because he ain't throwing, but what else? None of the top 5 quarterbacks ever throw, bro.
Pretty much. They're not going out there.
No, I mean, you might have to go back to Andrew Luck to see somebody who did something at the combine that was going that high, bro. Cam Newton, we talking about early 2010s. Like outside of that, man, nobody throwing, man. Like folks, but he got that, he got that thing on his back, that target where his nameplate is. So of course they're gonna make that more than what it has to be because they ain't said nothing about Cam Ward yet.
Bro, I was finna say the same. I ain't heard nothing by him, and I'm pretty sure they training together, they working out. I know Cam ain't throwing out there. It served him no purpose. He might as well throw with his Miami boys and do his thing versus going out here throwing to some random wide receiver. He trying to impress. I want to impress. Forget all that. I'm gonna impress at the crib. Y'all come to my crib. Come to where I'm comfortable at. Nobody didn't play no games here. And then if I did, we'd have my Miami coach and everybody here.
Man, did this, Colin. It's a difference between confirming and impressing.
Yeah.
See, when you've already done it at the level that they have, that Cam and Shador have, and you already have the cachet where people are looking for you to do something, all you got to do is confirm it. You can confirm at Pro Day.
Correct.
See, Jalen Milroe got to impress for him to slide the way he got to do. Kyle McCord has to impress because they need all them eyes on them. And it just further solidifies. Now, there's almost nothing that at this point that these guys can or can't do for them to not go in that top 10, at minimum. And I think they're going top 5. And so, so clear, far and beyond the best 2 quarterbacks in the draft. Does Jackson Dart go solidify himself as the 3rd quarterback? Like last year, you got to think, like, none of them guys went and did nothing. Okay, cool. And, bro, hold up. Did you realize Drake May made the Pro Bowl?
Did not. The way they talked about him, I thought he was trash the whole year.
Bro, man, we got
fans vote him in. Did the fans vote him in?
Man, I think that was like one of them injury replacement. Hold on, boom. Hey, man,
I guess they're gonna give him another shot to see what he do. But man, I want to see what Jackson Dart does as well because I watched him throughout the season. And the hype was on. I even thought, I said, ooh, that boy finna tear it up. That boy finna lead Ole Miss. And it just didn't go the way he wanted. Like, he could say it did, but I know he really know it didn't go the way he wanted. Like, to me, when you look at quarterbacks, you saw Shador, you saw Cam. That's all you saw. Them boys getting off out there. So, them my 2 that I really want to go to their NFL teams and dominate. I hope whoever draft them. And matter of fact, that's what we jumping into. That NFL draft is what? Combine this week, spring ball, pro days, well, some spring ball football games, then the pro days, then NFL draft, man. Like, what you waiting on that draft? Like, I can't tell you no lie. I'm ready to see where Travis go, where Cam go, where Shador go, where the Texas boys go, how many quarterbacks make it in the first round, who in the second round or the first round jump out of nowhere and get drafted. Because it's a cornerback that's at East
Carolina.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going.
Bro, I didn't know about him until they started tweeting about him in the summer. And I'm like, he that good? I was like, well, how nobody him? So this why
coming off the ACL, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And see, this why I feel like the power forward and all that kind of overrated? Because I guess with him, he has the size, because I think he like 6'2".
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got the wingspan that they want. They got the hand size that they want, got the vertical that he wanted, probably got the speed. So
right.
What made him high and above everybody else? Because I heard at one time he was the number 2 defensive cornerback in the nation.
No, for sure. Like, so things work out certain ways for certain people, right? And one thing that you can't erase from somebody is traits. So nobody was ever going to be able to take 6'2" running 4-4 away from him. No, like that wasn't nothing nobody could take away. Not no school, not no nothing. And you see guys go up and down power forward, and I think it's all about the mentality. So you look at the rankings, and the rankings dictate. So whether we like it or not, and I'm coming from that field, sometimes the rankings dictate NIL money and where people get their offers from. Now offers start to dictate, and then the rankings start. So your first set of offers aren't dictated by the rankings. But that second set and the NIL money, the ranking starts to how that, and they throw their weight around when they can do it. But you got kids every year, like you look at one of the top cornerbacks last year, Quinyon Mitchell, just got a Super Bowl ring for Toledo. Yeah. Nobody saw him coming until he was there, right? And then you look at, look at Caden Salter. And when you go look at all the quarterbacks that he was in front of in his class, Jackson Dart he was in front of, Kyle McCord he was in front of, Shedeur Sanders he was in front of. So them folks be missing. So every time that the NFL is going to prove every year that nobody's perfect, because they're going to come in and they're going to draft people based on what they see, not what you see. And man, we sit up there every year and poll guys. We see somebody on Mel Kiper board, and Mel Kiper said, this guy should have been going an hour ago. There's no reason he should still be on the board. I'm like, Mel, bro, you don't tell them folks what to do. Now they guess pretty well. Now, I can say, they might be 50 to 60% sometimes. So if you look at that, you can look at about 60% of the first round somewhere in there. But outside of that, man, the folks, man, listen, millions and millions and billions of dollars on the line. And regardless of the sport or anything, the people at the top want to keep them millions going. So they're going to do whatever it takes, no matter where they come from. They can go, they can literally go to my family reunion. They find somebody 6'3" that run a 4.2 40. They going to say, hey, man, what you doing in April? You feel me? Like, you want to come, what you doing in February? You want to come run? So it's that important. So, I think that you're going to have kids. And I'm so happy that kid decided to stay at East Carolina, because he didn't have to.
Right.
And so for the guys that hold it down, come on, bro. Man, you like to have a first round cornerback. Can you imagine what a team would have paid an NIL money for 4 games of a kid? A team that had it this year? But you mean to tell me we'll get a top 2 cornerback in next year's draft, top 3 for 4 games for the playoff run?
Yeah.
That's worth $300-400.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, he stayed down.
You got it where I tell everybody this. The NFL, they are so choosy. Like, don't get your hopes up about who getting drafted, who ain't getting drafted. Just hope that they can fight on that roster for the spot, because it's a wide receiver that came from Florida A&M, FAMU. He came from Florida A&M. Mm-hmm. Xavier Smith. He should have been a draft pick, dog. At the worst case, 5th or 4th round, but they said, nah, we'll make an undrafted free agent. The Rams picked him up. He cut up out there. And they said, no, we can't cut him because somebody else going to get him. So this year, he cut up again. They said, man, forget that. Hey, put that boy on the roster. Soon as they put this man on the roster at punt return, he ran that thing, maneuvered down. He got so close to the end zone that they kicked the field goal and won the game. So you may tell me the only reason y'all didn't draft this man because he was at an HBCU, and he's maybe 5'9" or 5'10", but he got everything that he is, and ran a 4.3. So I'm like, man, that let me know the NFL did a lot while I was growing up. They would play different players. Like, you would think somebody supposed to get drafted and they don't, and then somebody who got the size get drafted, and you like, well, they are good, but this joker who don't have the quote unquote size, he ball out so hard, but they'll mismanage that and kick that joker right out the league and don't even care. Don't miss a beat. Like, that didn't hurt them because the whole country trying to play for 32 teams. So it's crazy.
No, you're right, man. You look at somebody like Leonard Taylor, who played a lot. people forgot how Leonard Taylor the year before had a first round grade, right? And then last year he falls off the face of the earth when it comes to draft capital. He went undrafted. No way. He on Young Money too. There's no way Leonard Taylor should have went undrafted the way, and it was like, oh, well, we got character concerns and does he work hard and all of this type of stuff. Oh, he's undraftable. You mean tell me this 6'5", 320-pound athlete is undraftable, and all he did was go to camp, whoop everybody they put in front of him, and now, but this is the redemption in that. If you really like that, you get to tear him up earlier. Because when you're on that first, second round contract, you got to wait till you be able to you're eligible to resign. Well, Leonard Taylor in year 3, they're gonna have to pay him.
Yeah, pay up.
They gotta pay him.
Man, pay up. Man, Scoop.
Yep.
Anything else you want to run? Because I don't want to hold you. I know you got something else probably gonna jump back off, ain't it?
Nah, look, man. Let me ask you this, man. Best player you ever seen with your own 2 eyes?
Oh, bro, Peter Ward.
Peter Ward,
Peter. Well, okay, I got two for you. Okay. Peter Ward was my dog. He just so special to me, dog. Like, maybe because I grew up and while I'm in high school, he in college balling. Pete was out there just giving it to him. I'm like, pop, pop, pop. So Peter Ward is my guy. But if you talk basketball, one day I went to the basketball because in the state of Florida, we got the thing called the Lakeland Civic Center. They call it the White House. Right. All the top basketballs programs come to Central Florida and play the game. That's why I don't understand why, if the basketball can travel to Central Florida, why don't we have football come to Central Florida from everywhere else? But that's neither here nor there. This boy named Darius Washington, he had committed to Memphis University. That boy came, came down here, Bam! I said, God, dog. I said, I watch basketball, but I see nobody like him. I follow his career. He was so good to me. That boy was good. But Peter Ward for football, basketball was Darius Washington. Like, I ain't seen nobody like him, boy.
Man, I think, man, football, like growing up, the best player I saw, he ended up going to Florida State. Now, he didn't pan out the way he should have, but it was a dude named Johannes Buchanan. He went to Florida State in the year 2000. He can't graduate 2000, went to Doug. Like back then, they tried to reclass him as a safety back then. Like that was unheard of. Yeah. Bobby Bowden was like, man, like he don't got nothing else to prove on the high school level. Man, when I tell you, like we was in, he one of them guys that got their size early and they thought that everybody was gonna catch up. But even though people got to his height, they never got to that physicality, man. If Johannes could have had it like the whole package as far as understanding coverages and being able to pick up defenses, he probably would have played like he probably would have. The closest thing I seen in Atlanta to Sean Taylor. Like that's how hard he hit, that's how big he was. And then I'll say it's another unsung hero, man, from in Atlanta, man. A guy by the name of Vincent Banks. Came out of 03, played basketball. He went to the University of Miami, then went to Cincinnati. Soon as he got in the game, went out for a dub, but just had a lot of. He was just one of them kids from the city that you couldn't never get out the city. You know, we done heard that story a million times. It just gave it up. But like they did a special on him. They would have pro-ams at this spot called Run and Shoot in Atlanta. Anybody who came through Atlanta, y'all remember Run and Shoot back in the day. And he used to go to run at Josh Smith used to call it like Josh Smith, Joe Johnson, you name it, Mike Bibby, anybody coming through Atlanta, you got to go to Run and Shoot for that program. His nickname was One and Done. They said he only need number 1 year. And he could play pro ball. So those are my two guys, the best two players I've seen with my own 2 eyes. And you know what? That's just, and I just ain't want to go with Peter was special now. Now Peter is one of my favorite. Like so, I just want to kind of go get some of the local guys a little bit of love.
I'm going with one guy that I know. You got to be a Mississippi State fan or SEC fan to remember him. His name was Darian. If I'm saying his first name right, Williams. He was the class of 2002. That's my class out of high school. Okay. He was number 1 safety in the nation. So I put that up. I said, all right, let me see him. He was 6'3", 200 and some pounds. Man, when I tell you, he was blessed. Like some people just blessed. You could not throw the ball on him because he's 6'3". You couldn't throw the ball on him because he could run. You couldn't throw the ball on him because he could cover. You couldn't throw the ball on him because he could jump. Then he'll turn around on offense and whoop you with the same thing. Then, well, hold on, y'all. let me throw y'all a pass. So he said, hey, whoo. Man, he threw that ball so far. I said, God, dog. I said, well, this is a 5-star. I say this boy a 5-star every way possible, boy.
Man.
I had never seen nobody that gifted. Sometimes you be saying to yourself, dog, like, God, you just give it to him like that. You just hand them all the think this was 6'3", tall, can run, can jump. Yeah, give him the whole package.
Give him the special.
Bells and whistles. Bells and whistles. Like that boy
Yeah.
was special, dog. But guess what? Somehow he ended up being an undrafted free agent with the Dolphins. And then I think he came to Atlanta. He went to a city or somewhere. And man, they shot him up. Crazy, man.
Man, you know what's crazy? It's a kid from Atlanta who was on that same team. I don't know if you remember Nick Turner, who played running back.
I do remember that.
Yeah, Nick Turner, man. You know, he kid straight from the city. He got caught up with some counterfeit. Got caught up with some counterfeit money down there. Man, might go off for 200 yards in the football game, be back in the city, man. And same thing. They still ain't found that boy body. He got killed in probably 2010, something like that. But man, RP Nick Turner, one of the best ever from the city of Atlanta, ever.
Now I'm gonna give you one more thing, and then it's on you. You know what I feel bad for, man? Cause see, I don't smoke because my uncle, he had drunk so much that when we used to ride the bus past my granddad's house, which ended up being his house. Hope he'll never hit his, but hey. So we would ride the bus, and my cousin would say, it was a couple cousins on the bus because my daddy's side got a big family.
Right.
They would say, hey, that's your uncle. And I was like, he is. And everybody bust out laughing. And I was like, oh, what y'all ain't trying to claim him? I say, so his life that bad with the drinking that the nieces and nephews don't want to claim him. So I said, oh, I don't never want to be that dude. So I didn't want to smoke. And I mean, drink. And then the smoking, I just never could get in that either because I think I seen one day, one of my partners, we was been trying to smoke. And all of them went passing around. And one of them like, he got like he was about to die. I said, yeah. I don't need that. So I
straight
said,
on that.
Break it off my thing. So you got that boy from Florida State who was about to go to Colorado, and he was throwing the hyping it up, but he didn't come. And he caught that DUI. I feel bad for him because I'm like, bro, what y'all drinking for? Like, what do? Maybe because I'm not a drinker, I just can't understand what it do for you. And then the fact that you're gonna drive and ride out, like, bro, why? What's the point? Like, you could have lost your life that night. Yeah. You literally could have lost your life for what? For what? So I don't know, man. I wish all the players, if they're gonna drink, man, Uber somebody or tell somebody who don't drink, hey man, I'll pay you just to hang out, watch out over me. And man, take me back to the crib and make sure I don't drink too much where I hurt myself, man. So
yeah,
I don't know, big dog.
Now you know, like sometimes like when people got them like the way you took it, some people like it was just as many people that took it and went that way. And like so, me personally, like I was one of them kids. So I wasn't gonna never do none of that because I watched my folks and man, when they got put in front of me, hey, we went and I'll say this. I think being smart, I think when they say drink responsibly, that's something that's very cliche. That's so important, right? Yeah. You got to be responsible with it, man, because at the end of the day, man, you get spanked. Yeah. Like and life about spankings. Yeah. Like, to be honest, like, and God got his way of chastising was his. He always is, right? Yeah. But this thing, though, man, my mom used to always say something, man. She said, man, you don't play the odds. You don't play the odds and you don't tempt God. So when you usually before something like that happened, you start to get these little signs, these little warnings. Usually it's like, all right, man, I probably need to slow down. I probably need to do this. You got to listen to that gut. You got to listen to that. You got to listen to that spirit. You got to listen to your partner that's telling you, hey, but you think you didn't have enough? I find it very hard to believe that little brain have no kind of incident previous to that where he might have been able to check himself. Now, me personally, we all done been spanked hard before. And so I hopefully more so than not, that's just one of them hard spankings that he got to take on, you know what I mean? And he can learn from it and move forward.
Hopefully that's, like you said, hopefully that's it. And you don't catch no aftermath, man. But yo, I ain't gonna hold you. But me and my dog, we rocked that thing. I had some little difficulties at the beginning, but we rocked that thing. If y'all haven't, subscribe to the Scoop with Philip Dukes. Do so. Holla at my dog. He giving you a variety of things. I told y'all, he is him, y'all. He know it all. We were talking the other day. He named so many things that he know about and good at. Y'all, when y'all tune into his channel, you gonna love it. I'm talking about you gonna love it. You gonna get more than you dreamed of, and you gonna enjoy it, and you gonna rock with him, and you gonna sit back and say, "No, that boy real good." So,
hey, Colin, man, I ain't bring no money, man. You ain't gotta do all that. I ain't send the check, man.
nah, man, because I told my business partner when I got off the phone, which I like, dog, you like a lot of stuff. I was like, I'm so locked into just football. You were naming different things you like. I'm like, dog, that's some love. I ain't got it. Like when you were talking about basketball, I can't turn that on for nothing. That don't do nothing for me. Baseball, that don't do nothing for me. But man, you locked in and you in Atlanta. It's so much you could do with the city of Atlanta. You could run that itself, but they probably already know you anyways and locked in with you.
Man, it just be God, man. Like if I like, and I make sure folks be hearing me say, man, it be God, cause like God just allow you to be in situations where, I thought I had some things like even growing up, I thought my life was gonna go this way, and they say you won't make God laugh, tell him what your plans is. So me going over here to play baseball, I played baseball growing up with Pac-Man and them, and then you going over here, you playing football with these people, and you hooping over here, and then you don't do nothing with none of it, right? But then but being able to be in those locker rooms and understanding the different dynamics, when I got to Auburn, I was able to make these relationships to where, like, dang, this boy here down here, he ain't playing no ball, he just going to school. That boy might be a real nerd.
Yeah.
And then for me to stand up and say, yeah, I'm going to class, yeah, I'm doing all of that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think that was just God for putting that on me and putting it in my heart to be like, man, take what you can get, and then whatever ain't for you ain't for you. So just being able to have a wide variety of experiences has helped, man. And I thank God every day for everything he done for me, for sure.
Yeah, you got it. And I ain't gonna lie. When I slide through Atlanta, even though I don't really rock, I don't do the baseball, I like seeing that baseball stadium. I like when I walk past the Georgia Tech stadium. I like when I slid past the Mercedes-Benz stadium. I'm like, dog,
Oh,
y'all.
bro, let me tell you something. You got it, man. Look, my little
Oh,
boy,
and the Atlanta Hawks, bro, you got,
bro. Nah, dig. I'm finna put you on one, bro. Man, you ain't know. I'm gonna tell you what's a lit game that's cheap to go to,
yeah.
bro. The lacrosse game.
It be nice like that.
Bro, the lacrosse go crazy on the low, bro. They got a team here called the Georgia Swarm, bro. Man, man, look, man, I bought a jersey. That's how much I like it. I bought the jersey, man. I got me some little Air Max to go with it. I'm bring it on here one day. But now, man, like just being able to see different stuff and want for anything, be able to expose my son to everything. Like, I never boxed him in. I'm like, bro, he got a lacrosse stick down there. He put it down for that football quick, but at the end of the day, he had the opportunity to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So whatever he was watching on TV, I used to thank God, be like, man, I want to give him everything I ain't have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even a best friend inside the house with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like that I just be grateful, man. I just try to share my experience. So thank you for bringing me on. You feel me? Like, and allowing me. Yeah. And look though, this is the crazy part. They probably didn't know who